Hi everyone, Colleen from the Book Cozy here. Now, as you know, I talk about both books and films on this channel. So I've seen a lot of people do TBR, to be read lists for the month, but instead I'm going to do a TBW, a to be watch list in August. So what I'm going to do is I've got my little jar here, my little jar there, and I've got a whole lot of to be watched prompts in there. And then what I'm going to do is pick out a prompt, show it to you guys, and then go through my streaming. I've got a couple of streamings, and see what I can find there that matches the prompt, and then I'll come back and tell you what I picked. I'll obviously stop the video in between so you guys don't get bored. But I'll tell you what I picked. So I'm going to pick up to 10. Because I watch quite a few movies during the month, so I'll pick up to 10 prompts. So I'll just mix it around so you guys can see that what I'm doing. Oh, we have our first one. So I'll just put the jar down and show it to you guys. So I don't know if you can see what that says. I'm hoping you can. But it says a dysfunctional family. So I will stop it now and see if I can find a movie with a dysfunctional family in it. So I'll be back. Hi, so I've had a bit of a look around at what I could watch for the prompt for dysfunctional family for my to be watch list. See, dysfunctional family was my first one. And I found a movie on Amazon Prime called, what was it called? Chosen Family. And it stars Heather Graham and also Julia Stiles. And I've never seen it before. And it's apparently about a yoga teacher trying to find some inner peace, even though she has a crazy sister, which is Julia Stiles, and she has a miserable dating life. And so it's just about that. So it sounds like a fun watch. So I thought I would just try Chosen Family from Amazon Prime for a dysfunctional family one. And I'm just listing it down in my little book. Got a little book. I'm just listing my to be watch August list down in that. So now let's pick our second prompt. Let's grab whatever this is. Ooh. So this is choose by poster only, and by that I mean just choose by the look of the picture that comes up. You can't read the blurb or anything about the movie. You have to just choose by the picture that comes up. So I'll go back and have a bit of a look now and see what I want to watch by the pictures that come up. So I've looked around, and this time I've chosen the movie from the prompt choose by the poster only, which means basically the picture without reading the blurb. And I've had a look at all the movies on my different streaming. I've chosen from Netflix, and there's this demonic-looking girl sitting in a chair that looks like it's with a 70s background. So, and that was called Late Night with the Devil. So I thought I would watch that as my movie only pick. I don't know what it's about. I didn't read the blurb or anything, like I said. So I'm just going to pick Late Night with the Devil, and I have noted that down. There you go. And now I can sort of read the blurb now that I've chosen just from the picture, so I have a bit of a look. It says, on Halloween 1977, a late night talk show hosts a late night talk show hosts a daring live broadcast to avoid cancellation, but a demonic presence begins taking over the studio. Oh, that sounds interesting. Okay, I'm glad I picked that. So cool. Now we will pick our next prompt. So we will just dig deep. I don't know what these are even. Oh, almost got two. Ooh. So it says, watch the newest title added. Now I've got a couple to choose from, so I'm going to go to each of mine, see what the newest title added is on each of them, and pick one from those. Be back. So for the newest thing added on the streaming, I had a couple of choices of movies. One was 72 Hours, which was a comedy, and that was on Netflix. One was The Devil Wears Prada 2, which is on Disney+. And there was one more, what was it called? It was about a Thailand group of friends going around in Thailand with a monster. It's called Devil's Mouth, that's right. It's called Devil's Mouth, and that was on Amazon Prime. But I personally have chosen The Devil Wears Prada 2 because that also gets me to add a movie, which is Devil Wears Prada 1, because I've never seen any of the Devil Wears Prada movies. So I thought that was a good one, so that means I could add an extra movie. So I'll watch an extra one. Okay, now for our next prompt, because we've done 3, so this will be the 4th one. And so we'll go around here and grab this. We'll see whatever this is. What is it? Oh, I should have saved the Devil Wears Prada for this, because this is double feature. Okay, so now I'll pick a double feature. Okay. So I will go and have a look around, even though I should have saved Devil Wears Prada for that. I will look around for another double feature. Just give me a minute. So for the double feature prompt, I'm going to actually rewatch something that I've been wanting to rewatch for a long time. So the prompt was a double feature. So I just took that as meaning sequels. And so I'm going to rewatch something that I've been wanting to rewatch for a long time that I haven't seen in a while. And that's Karate Kids 1 and 2. So, and that's on Netflix. So I've just seen it on Netflix as I flick through, and I thought I've been wanting to rewatch those for a long time. I've watched them obviously a lot of times before, but I've been wanting to rewatch them for a while. So I'm going to choose Karate Kids 1 and 2 on Netflix for my double feature prompt. Okay, we've done 4. So we've got 6 more to go. So let's once again see what we can find. Ooh. Okay, this one was very near the top. I just grabbed it. So, a story that does not have romance as the main plot. Well, hopefully, if I look in anything but romance, I should be able to find that. So, not romance as the main plot, and I will try to find one with hardly any romance. So, let's give it a shot. So, for the no romance, I've picked one from Tubi, and it's a horror movie called The Haunting of Cottonwood. And it's about a grieving family who inherits this old Victorian home until its sinister past as an orphanage comes calling. So I thought that sounded cool. And it's called The Haunting of Cottonwood, and it's on Tubi. So I've chosen that one for my no romance one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now. Let's pick a 6th one. Let's just go around and pick a 6th one. What can we get? What can we get? Oh. It is a movie released before I was born. So I was born in the 70s. So I have to go back to movies in the 60s. So let's see if I can find some 60s or even some earlier movies, which is okay for me because I like really old movies. So I love really old movies. So just give me a minute and I'll see if I can find some really old movies. So for the prompt, a movie made before you were born, I've gone way back to 1947, and I've chosen a movie on Tubi called Lured, Lured, and it's actually a black and white movie, and I don't mind myself a black and white movie. I don't know how you guys feel about that. You can tell me in the comments below. But it's a movie which is called Lured, as I said, and it's a British police are after a serial killer. And they lure their female victims through personal ads, and they send cryptic poem clues to the police. And actually stars Lucille Ball. So that's called Lured. It's on Tubi, and it's from 1947. So that was definitely before I was born. Okay, so that was my 6th one. We've got 3 more to go. I'm going to dig right to the bottom and see what I can find. Okay, this one's come up next. So it is, what does that say? Oh, something mysterious, so a mystery. Okay, I'll go and see what mysteries I can find. And that's good because I like a mystery. So for our 7th prompt, which was something mysterious, I've looked around and I've chosen a mystery movie, obviously. And that is an Agatha Christie movie, and it's Agatha and the Midnight Murders. And it says, as bombs fall in London, writer Agatha Christie decides it's time to kill off her most famous creation. So I like Agatha Christie, and so I thought that sounded interesting. So that's what we'll do for our 7th prompt. of our To Be Watched video. So let's go over this side of the bowl. What have we got over this side of the bowl? Ooh, okay. Watch something featuring one of your favourite actors. Oh, I have a lot of favourites, so this would be good for me. Like some of my favourites are the old ones like Audrey Hepburn, but I also have new favourite actors. Or who are they? I like Tom Holland, so I like Jason Momoa. I like Reese Witherspoon. I like a lot of people, but I'm going to have a look for one of my favourites. So just give me a minute. So for the eighth prompt, which was a movie by one of your favourite actors, okay, and I take that to mean actors and actresses as well, by the way, I thought I'm a big fan of Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan together, and something I've been wanting to rewatch for a long time that I haven't watched for ages is Sleepless in Seattle. So I thought I'd just add that to the list, and you can watch that on Netflix. So I'll be watching that. So 2 more to go, guys. Now let's go for the middle. I think we should go for the middle somewhere. A middle one. Okay, what does this one say? I have no idea what it says. Oh, well, something with a happy ending. Well, I will have to probably pick one I've rewatched before, or I'll have to somehow know it has a happy ending. So just give me a minute, let me have a think of something with a happy ending that I want to maybe rewatch. Just give me a moment. So for our ninth prompt was a movie with a happy ending. I can't find where I put it now, but it was a movie with a happy ending, as you know. So I thought the easiest way is I'm a lover of Hallmark movies, and we all know all Hallmark movies have a happy ending. So what I did was I just picked randomly a Hallmark movie I hadn't seen. So the one I chose was called Tulips in Spring. So obviously it's just like a general Hallmark movie. So that is what I have chosen. And you can obviously watch a lot of Hallmark movies on Amazon Prime. So that's what I've chosen for our ninth prompt. So there's one more, number 10 to go. And it's Tulips in Spring, which is a Hallmark movie I haven't seen, because I was having a problem with finding one I hadn't seen, but I haven't seen one called Tulips in Spring, so that's what I'm having. So this is our last movie prompt, TBR for August. And what do we have here? Ooh, an award-winning movie. So I'll see what I can find, and I'll be back for our last one. So for the final prompt, as I said, was an award-winning movie. So I chose mine off Netflix. What I chose was a movie called The 6888, and it stars Kerry Washington. Now, I've never seen it before, and it's about during World War II, the only US Women's Army Corps unit of coloured people was stationed overseas takes on an impossible mission, and the director is Tyler Perry. So I thought that might be interesting to watch. It's not always my sort of movie, but I like Kerry Washington, and it sounds like a very interesting premise. So we'll see how we go. So they are all the 10 movies I've added to watch for August. I will probably obviously watch more movies than that, but I wanted to be able to sort of just pick randomly as well, you know, for my mood and what I happen to see that's come on new and stuff. But the ones we have for our watch list are Chosen Family, which is on Amazon Prime. So that looks like a bit of a comedy. Then we got Late Night with the Devil on Netflix, which looks like a bit of a horror. Then we've got The Devil Wears Prada 1 and 2, which you all know, probably most of you know what it's about, like a fashion house and stuff. But I've never seen either of them, so that'll be interesting. Then we have my Karate Kid 1 and 2, that's on Netflix. So that's something I wanted to rewatch. Then we have The Haunting of Cottonwood, which is on Tubi. Then we have Lured, which is a 1947 black and white movie starring Lucille Ball, which is also on Tubi. Then we had to pick a mystery, so I chose Agatha Christie Midnight Murders, which is on Prime. Then something with my favourite actors in it, and I really like Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks together, so I chose to rewatch Sleepless in Seattle for that, because I haven't seen it in a long time. Then I had to choose something with a happy ending, so that was just a random Hallmark movie I picked because I could be guaranteed that a Hallmark movie would have a happy ending. That is Tulips in Spring. Then I had to choose an award-winning movie, and that was The 6888, which is on Netflix. So at the end of August, I will come and tell you what I actually did watch, what I DNF'd, did not finish watching, and also what I thought of them. So I hope you enjoyed this. So it was just something a bit different from a TBR, to be read list. Instead it was a to be watched list in August. At the moment, I'm trying to figure out what to do about my to be read list in August because I don't have that many books left, so I have to go some book shopping or something, and then I'll do a TBR list. But at the moment, I'm doing a to be watch list. Okay, well, I hope you have a great day and find something good to watch today. Bye.